All right, everybody. Happy Sunday. So my husband and I were joking, you know, how if you guys started with me long ago, my Sunday afternoon crafting used to be called I don't want to watch football, let's craft, or something like that. So my husband said I should come up with some music saying, are you ready for some crafting? But I probably can't play the football theme. But are you ready for some crafting? Because we are going to get some craft on today. Let me know if you can hear and see me. And lots of static. Ooh, that's not good. I don't know. Let me know if you can hear and see me. And if anybody else is getting static. The sheep drive was good, Delina. Big crowds, of course. Like, this was my second year. But yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. For a little town, it sure does pack a good party, that's for sure. Thank you, Cordelia. You can hear and see me. So lots of chitter chatter in the chatterbox today. Chatterbox. Sounds like a dryer in the background. Yeah, there is a washer in the background. Let me close the door. Well, I'll close it when I transition down. But yeah, I've got laundry going, so that's probably what you're hearing. It sounds like something running in the background. Yep. Okay, so I'll close the door in just a minute. That's probably what it is. But we got a lot planned today, guys. So, just a couple of announcements. I think I have 1 or 2 Christmas kits left for the class. So if you're interested in that, I think I have to go look. I might be lying. Melody, yours is, you need to refresh because it's 8 minutes past 3. So I don't know. Very strange. But yeah, very weird. But yeah, and then I think I sold out of the Halloween kits, but when I was going through my inventory, I thought I saw one more kit. So I'm going to recheck. I know somebody, I can't remember who it was, said they wanted to buy one, and I got their email. So if I have another kit, I'll email you, whoever you were. I don't remember specifically. So let me go ahead and transition down. I will close my door so you don't hear my dryer going off. And let's get into some crafting. What do you guys say? I think you're going to have fun today. Lots and lots of stuff to share. All right. Oh, sounds like the washer just ended. It's got a little tune that it sings when it's over, so I might be okay. Oh, you know what? I got my fan on too. All right, so hopefully that fixed the static. I did have my fan running in the background. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so looks like Melody's having some technical difficulties. Melody, go out and go back in. Yep. All right, so let's see here. So what I thought I'd do today is share a little bit, because I've been getting my craft on, and I don't think we're going to be able to do everything, but it might be future things that we do in the future. Things we do in the future. All right, so let me just clear out some of my pre-cut items. So I shared with you a couple weeks ago these dies that I picked up, right? These are the edge dies, and this was that tag die. And let's not lose our dies, Monica, because I have a habit of doing that. Oh my God, I lost. Oh, I shouldn't say I lost, because I found it. I dropped this little itty bitty piece. Let me see if I can grab it. I dropped this little piece behind my workspace, and it's hard to explain, but it's really hard to get to. I have this work table that I got from Home Depot, or I should say my husband got me. and it fell behind, and I heard it ting, you know, make the noise when it drops, and I'm like, if I don't find it now, I'm never gonna find it. So of course I pulled out the work desk, tried to move everything around, and it's dusty and it's dirty behind there, and I can't find it, and I'm getting all hot and bothered about it. I'm getting all sweaty because this goes to this tag set that creates those notches, so this is a must-have. So I was getting all irritated. I had some boxes stacked up that fell over, so my husband came down. What's going on? Are you okay? And I'm like all ticked off. More than ticked off, I was peed off. I'm like, this room is just so small, I can't find anything, da 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 da. And he's like, whoa. And he's like, what happened? I said, I lost this piece. If I don't find it, I'm never going to be able to use my you know, die again. Very melodramatic. So anyway, he helped me move the table. He's like, well, maybe it didn't fall on the floor. Maybe it fell on one of your boxes. So I pulled out all the boxes. And long story short, obviously I found it. But isn't that irritating, you guys, when you drop something, you know you dropped it. And if you don't find it that moment, you're never going to find it. So, you know, tragedy averted. But it was quite the ordeal. But anyway, Melody, I'm glad I got commercial now. Ooh, I don't know what that means. No background. That was the fan. Yep. So anyway, I had a point to this. The things that I've been creating with have been with this side die. So these are those page clusters that I was telling you about, and some of these show up in the Halloween book. Let me see. So if you ordered the Halloween kit, I did cutouts for some of these pages for these edges. So yeah, your pages will have an appearance with some of these, and I'm loving these. So I created some clusters, and I made some page clusters. The way that they work, they can go on journals, right? You know, they can just go like this. But on here's a couple more I made. So maybe we'll make some of these. I don't know if we'll do this today, but I have them on my list. And then here's another one that I made, just really, really fun. And then I made this one last night because I had some stuff on my desk, and it's just scraps, you guys. Even this little 5 was a scrap here. So I just made some of these. But then I also made this. So you might be wondering, well, Monica, what do you do with these? Oh, here's one more I can share. Just little Halloween clusters. Well, I made a card. So I made this that pops open like this, right? And then it's a card that says, "Trick or treat, foolish mortals." You might recognize this. These were from those big stickers that I had in the shop, which I will be sharing those again today. I have one more set, guys, and they turned out to be fabulous. They were a mistake order, and I'm loving them. Look how shiny they are. But anyway, so yeah, so the card, you know, will sit up like this, and then when you open it, it's got, you know, the candle. But yeah, you can do things like this with the clusters. Just super, super fun. So we might have a session where we do these page clusters. Would you guys want to do that? I don't know if we're going to be doing that today because I have other things to show you. But if you didn't get these dies, I have them linked again. Hopefully you guys heeded my warning and you went and got these on Amazon, because I think they're going to be making some appearances. All right, so what are we doing today? Oh, here's another one. Look how cute that is. Adorable. Adorable. All right. We're going to be playing with my favorite, you guys, Remnant Rubs. Halloween Remnant Rubs. Yes, yes, I found some. Hey, Teresa. Tim let me down and did not make his Remnant Rubs an appearance. And there's a specific set that I like. It had the poison and the skulls. And it was just my favorite set. I should have bought all of them. But anyway, I found some of these and I put them in the shop because they're fabulous. And we're going to be playing with some of these today. And we're also going to be playing with some of these. These were the big stickers I was telling you about. And there was 6 sheets. And some of the stickers were huge. And you're like, well, what the heck am I going to do with those huge ones? Well, I'm going to show you guys. This is a vintage livestock commission company ledger page. It is an oversized one. This is what it looks like, guys. It's huge. And I'm going to show you how I make these envelopes. But this was one of the stickers. And I created it as a background. And then, of course, I had to add a paper doll. And this is perfect to store your ephemera. So I'm going to be making a few of these for myself. These pre-made envelopes are in the shop. I don't think I linked them, but maybe I will. Or you can just buy the ledger sheets and make them yourself. I'm going to show you how to put it together before we get started crafting, because it's super easy. But isn't that clever? Isn't that fun? And you can use these oversized ones on these ledger pockets. And that was my idea for using some of these bigger ones. Of course, you could do like wall hangings. You can do big cards if you wanted to. But they're just so fun for decorating. So I pulled out some of the stuff that I think we're going to be playing with today. It's just full of stuff here. All right. So I already pre-cut some of the items we're going to use with these dies. But these dies are going to make an appearance again. And then let me just show you a few things that I made here. So I made this little pocket here. And I have a slide that I also made. That's kind of fun, huh? We might make one of these. We'll see. But you might recall this guy here. Do you remember when Tim came out with this? That's Tim. Mr. Holtz, Tim Holtz. And this was his little die that he had. And I thought it was cute. But that's how I made this, you guys, out of this here. And it's cute because it already had the pre-cut window. And then what I did, which is what we're going to do today, is I used some of this, I don't want to call it paper, but it's plastic that was in one of Tim's paper books. So it is a spider web, and it's perfect for the items we're going to be creating today. So I made this out of this, and I thought it was cute. You know, I liked it. Pretty good. But then I still was playing, and I made this. This was off of the envelope die of his, and then I just created this little tag that has a remnant rub of Halloween. So these would be, any of these I'm showing you here would be great for journal books. So those are a couple things that I made. And then I decided to take it a little bit further. Let me show you this, guys. That's not the one I want to show you. Let me show you this, because this is what we're going to make today. Oh my gosh, look at how fantastic that is. So I made this using those dies that I have, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And then I have my little characters in my slide. And then this is just tissue paper. And then this was one of those side things. So I made this. Fantastic, right? Fun. And then, of course, just a regular tag here with another remnant rub I've got tissue paper in the background. I cut this out here. Sinister Secrets. And then I made this little black floral. Cute, right? Now, these are also going to make an appearance. If you have not seen these new faded tags in the shop, you guys are missing out. These are fantastic. They come in all sorts of colors. And they're like rusty labels. So I've been using these. In fact, look at this is his number here, his inmate number. And then I put it also on this one here. Look at that. Cute, right? And then I have it here too, right there. So these are also in the shop. Fantastic. Great find, if I do say so myself. But anyway, so this is a tag that I created. It has a little witch. And then I backed it. And then I opened it up so you could put the remnant rub with the spider webs. And then I also made this one. I think we're going to make this one too today. Skulls and Bones. You guys might recognize that stamp set. It is from, I'm missing one of my stamps, Examination. So I am not finding this one. Let me see if I can find that real quick. But this stamp set I used to make this. Isn't that fantastic, guys? Okay, let me know if you guys like what we're going to do today, because we are getting ready to get started. And shoot, where is that? I've got to clean this desk because now I'm missing a stamp set. Alright, I'll find it. It's just the background stamp. Anyway, alright, so this is one of the tags I made, and then I made I had a leftover one. There it is, right there, this little girl here. So that's what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to make tags. So let me go ahead. Does that sound good, you guys, what we're going to do? Oh, and I like this also. Look at how this fits right into here. My vintage candy bags. Just perfect for a die, right? So does that sound good, what I have planned today? Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. And we shall get started. So let me clear off my desk here. And first thing I want to do is show you how I made that envelope. So this is what I store some of my envelopes or my ephemera in. And all this is an oversized ledger. And I scored it at, let's see, about 4.5 and 11. And then I folded it over like this. And then what you're going to want to do is score and cut. So I score, where do I score? I score right underneath, right above the miscellaneous bank feed expense. The one with Tim's picture is number, let me see if I can find it here for you. 662690. It's a Finlet. And then let's see, let's go ahead and score this. Got glue on this. And we'll score, I guess I should score the right way. Hi, Monica. Okay, so there we go. Right here. So I guess it said about 1.5 as I'm scoring. Okay. And then I'm going to take my scissors. And then I'm going to trim. Now, let's see here. You're going to want to trim these numbers off. But don't throw them away, you guys, because you can use them for specimen slides. You can use them for clusters. You should have a scrap box. If you haven't learned by now that we play with scraps, you need a scrap box, because these scraps are perfect for clusters. You're welcome, Robin. And then once you cut that, then you can easily glue this. But you're going to want to cut off some of this excess, because you just don't need it. So you have a score line, but even if you don't see your score line, just cut right on this pink here. Okay, now if you want these ledger sheets, I sell them in the shop by themselves, and these are authentic vintage, guys. But then I also sell the envelopes pre-made. Of course, it's a lot cheaper if you buy the ledger sheets and make the envelopes yourselves. But whatever works for you. I don't mind making them for you. Okay. You know what? I'm going to need to clean these, because I've been cutting stickers with these, and that's a no-no. Okay, so we're going to trim right on that pink line right there. Okay. And then you're going to take your corner rounder. Yeah, that's an old die, guys, but yeah, it's a really old one. And then just round your corners, and then on the bottom you want to score how much did I score on this? Let's see. It's about a little more than one half. So I'll just score it right there. This has glue on it. All right, and then you're going to do the same thing you did before. You're going to cut on that score line on both sides, not the middle portion. Leave that alone. Okay. And like I said, these are great to store your ephemera pieces. If you make clusters, they'd be really good to score your clusters. It's just a way to keep your items together. You know, you could put a label on it if you wanted to. You can decorate it any season. These I'm doing Halloween, but you know, you can decorate them according to what you have in them. Maybe you want to put some Christmas clusters in there, or maybe you want to just store, you know, your scraps. I talked about saving your scraps. These would be really good to, you know, save your scraps. So let me round this corner. It's all in the details, guys. All right, and then of course I'm going to bring out my what? My walnut stain. You know I am. Let's glue this first, though. All right, I want it like this. So I'm going to add glue on both pages. So I'll add it here on the edge, and then I'll add it on the edge here. All right, and then we're just going to fold this over. I don't need that anymore. We're going to fold it over. And then just for creasing's sake, just kind of crease that. You're not going to glue that, but you are going to glue this bottom one. All right, so, and then that's all there is to it. It turns out to be a very cute envelope. With your, you know, with a vintage paper. Now, I know a lot of people use these vintage ledger book, the oversized ledger books, for junk journals. which is completely fine. But I wanted to show you another option for some of these oversized ledger pages. And I have lots of these pages. When I go to different cities, I think I found these in Idaho Falls. They used to have a cattle auction, and there were multiple ledgers there, and I bought several of them. My husband said I'll never run out, which I probably won't, but that's why I don't stress when I use them, because that's why I like it. I like the look of vintage, so I'm not afraid to use my vintage paper. So that's it. So once you have your envelope together, now you can decorate it. And this is where you can use your oversized stickers. So I have that oversized one, and then I think I had that pumpkin. Yep, I have this pumpkin one. I think I'll use the pumpkin one though. I didn't finish cutting this out though. I thought I was going to use the owl, and then I found the pumpkin. So let me finish fussy cutting this. Oh, also, while I'm cutting this, I wanted to make just a little announcement. If you guys ordered the Halloween tag kit, there's a charm that goes in the kit, and I put the charm in the Tim Holtz ephemera package. So, you know, I had one person already email me saying it was missing, and I said, well, look in the ephemera pack. I didn't want the charm to be loose, so I opened up the ephemera pack and I stuck it in there. So when you get your package, if you're looking for that little charm that we're going to be putting on the book, and Robin, I ended up adding the charm based on what you said. You said you don't use metal objects. I think we're talking about the ideology, Tim Holtz's ideology, and you said you didn't order any of the metal elements. And I thought, well, I need to show you guys how to use some of these metal elements. So you can thank Robin for that extra addition. But yeah, so if you're looking for the little metal token, it is in with the ephemera. I did my best to make sure the kits were complete. It's really hard when I add extra items. You know, if I just add a pre-purchased ephemera kit, you know, I just kind of stick it in the envelope and mail it to you. But when I start adding extra stuff, that's when it gets a little dangerous. Oh man. And I didn't have a lot of the Halloween kits. The Halloween kit was a last minute addition, because after I made that Christmas one and it came out so cute, I thought, okay, I have to do a Halloween one. But I didn't have a lot of the tags. I pulled from my personal stash. I only had a limited amount of toe tags, authentic toe tags. So I had to just make as many kits as I had. All right, so I got my pumpkins all cut out. Now I'm going to just add it. And you can stencil it. You can, you know, add all sorts of things here. I'll do it more towards the middle. But these bigger stickers are perfect for this kind of thing. And like I said, I think I have one set left. It's a set of 6, and I think there's only one set left. And then I kept one set for myself, of course. Isn't this fantastic though? And these are shiny, so you can add that. Let's see what else I have. Ooh, how would it look to have the little Halloween hat on there? I don't know. Let me see if I have anything else that might work. Burning candle. Spider. I don't know. I got all sorts of stuff. But I'll finish decorating it later. But this was what I wanted to show you of how you can use these bigger stickers. And even if you don't want to use a vintage ledger sheet, you know, you can make your own envelopes. All right, let's get to it. So The first thing I want us to do today is I want to make this tag. So I already pre-cut some paper. And let me give you some dimensions here. Your paper size is 5 by 3.25. All right. And then this is just a little bit bigger. I'd say just make enough to give a frame, because that's what you're doing. All right. And then you're going to want to, well, I did. You might not have paper rounders, but I rounded the tops with the big rounder. And I did both of these. All right. And then we're going to need to make this. We'll do that last. Let's do that last. So the stamps that I'm using again, and I'm missing one of the stamps. I know I said it, but now I'm going to go in my OCD here. We're using the skeleton off of the Remnant Rubs. So this was one of the skeletons, and then there's another skeleton that we're going to use. So this is the skeleton we're going to use. But we're going to do some stamping. So let me get out my Misty. I've lost my Misty. All right. The date of the Halloween class. I don't know offhand, Delina, but it is on the website. If anybody wants to look that up and post it, that would be awesome. All right. So for the tag, I am using my Misty because I want to make sure I get a good crisp image, and I'll share that. We're going to use the table of content, table of the skeleton is what this is. And I kind of put it towards the bottom because I wanted to put a little number there. So kind of keep that in mind when you're lining it up. And then for the ink that I'm using my Black Soot Archival ink. All right. Now, even if you did not get a kit for the Halloween class, still sign up because I'm going to show you how you can kind of put together maybe your own book. It won't be, exactly like mine, but at least it'll give you some ideas. All right, so there is the table of the skeleton. That was the first stamp. And then the second stamp that I used is the poison stamp. And this is all out of the same stamp set, guys. So I just kind of lined it up. I don't know, just about yay. And stamped it. Now, Halloween tags are fun because you can attach them to treat bags. You can use them as card starters, or you can just hand them out instead of cards. If you have, I know some people like to decorate little mini Halloween trees. So tags are really fun for that as well. All right. So I'm just doing this a few times just to make sure it is nice and crisp, and it is. And then the next stamp I'm using, it's really nice when you can use, many of the same stamps out of one set, but don't be afraid to mix and match. I didn't necessarily want to bring out all of my stamps, and the stamps that were on this set work perfect for this tag. Okay. And then for the last stamp, I used the identification check. And then this will go right down here. And it even says tag numbers. So even while you're making a tag, right, now you have a tag number as well. So it just kind of works out. All right. So how many of y'all have this stamp set? This is a great Halloween one. You know, I didn't buy any new Halloween stamps this year, but I have my eye on one of them that I'm contemplating. So we'll see if I end up buying it. I'm looking for that stamp. I'm sure once I clean my desk, I'll find it. I don't know where it's at. I'll find it though. Okay. It was the one that made all of the, you know, the grunge in the background. So it's going to bug me now that I can't find it. Thanks, Robin. All right, I'm going to put this aside because I need to find that stamp. Okay, so once you have your stamp, I have to come back and put the grunge because I don't know where that stamp is. Now I'm going to use this here. Now these are the Halloween Remnant Rubs. These are in the shop, and you guys, I kid you not, they're fabulous. Really, really fun to make. I like stamping, but I love the look of Remnant Rubs. The stamp set number, I'll tell you in just a minute. Melody, just 1 second. All right, let me, maybe I'll add some of those elixir bottles. All right, so I'm just cutting around the image because when you actually, you know, rub it onto the paper, all the extra background doesn't stick. So you just need to cut around it. If you don't have that stamp set, Melody, it's a good one. Let's see. Let me tell you. It is Examination CMS 412. Oh, I'm so bugged. I gotta find that stamp. It's on my desk somewhere, I'm sure. All right. I know I keep saying that, but I'm kind of obsessed right now. Okay, so I don't need this, but I do need to open this up. So see, it just peels right off. And you want to be careful not to put your fingers on the actual image because it will stick to them. I tell you that from experience. And I'm just positioning this and then I have this stylus tool here that I use just to kind of rub. The set does come with a popsicle stick, which works fine, but I like my stylus. And with the Remnant Rubs, you guys, you get 3 sheets, so you get a lot of images. And then look how nice and easy this comes up. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Love it. You guys don't have that set? Oh my gosh. I don't call you guys true Tim Holtz Halloween fans. Come on now. All right. Do you remember this? So his little stickers used to come in one sheet. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. And I still have some. Now he kind of cuts them off by words. So I have this set here. And I can do Halloween 31. Will that fit? Halloween. It will. Or I could do Beware, Wicked, Boo, Halloween. What should I do? Let's see. Halloween 31. Wicked, Spooky, Beware. Oh no, Melody. Yeah, I do actually a pretty good job of not double buying. I think I've had people gift me items that I already have, but that doesn't count, right? Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. So let me add some walnut stain first before we get ahead of ourselves. And if you smudge a little bit, I smudged a little bit here, I don't care. Because I come in and grunge it up anyway. You guys know that I do that. So if I have ink on my hands, Robin, I've thought about using that app, but I just can't be bothered. That sounds terrible, but that's just me. Maybe one of these days. All right. So let's see. I have so much Tim Holtz stuff. I think it would take me so long to log it all. All right. Halloween 31. Perfect. So this one says Skulls and Bones. And this one says Halloween 31. Super cute. So we need to make this edge thing before we actually add this. Okay. So do you guys have... Oh, and all some of the extra words here, I should tell you, I used Remnant Rubs. Of course I did, right? Of course you did, Monica. So let's see if we can clear up some of that white space. You know, if I could find my stamp, and I know I've said that many times, we would not be having this problem. Give me a second. I need to see if I can find it, because it's bugging me. All right. It's got to be here, because I was just doing this last night. Oh, Monica. Okay. It's not easily visible. So after our live, I will be cleaning off my desk because it's really bugging me. All right, focus, Monica. So, okay, so let's see what I can add. So I could put a number there. I always love numbers. 785. Ooh, I could put a spider. Spider coming off of his hand would have been really cool. But I don't... Let's see. I don't have a lot of the Halloween stickers left. This was... Well, it was this set. This set was my favorite set. And Mr. Tim has not come out with new releases. So... once they're gone, they might be gone. Melody, that stamp set is CMS 412. All right, so let's... Oh, yeah, that's perfect. We'll do that. And that fills that spot perfectly. Look at that. Is it straight? There you go. Nice. Oh, my A23 didn't come off. A23. All right. And then once I find that stamp, I'll add that background Okay. So, Remnant Rubs. You gotta love them. All right. So, for that edging, it's this one here, guys. I think I brought... Let's see here. Okay, so here it is, and I did bring some paper. Now, when you line this up, let me show you. When you line this up, you want to line it up with the jiggly part at the edge, okay? So I have some washi tape that I just kind of attached, and then it just helps to keep it together. All right, and then you're not going to need all of this. Okay. Is this going to be big enough? Let me see. I might have to run it through my Big Shot. Yeah, let me run this through my Big Shot real quick. All right, so we're not going to use these. All right, so this is how it looks. Let me take it off. All right, I'll put this away, because apparently I am losing things today. Stop trying to escape. All right, so once you have this piece, and I know it's a little wonky, it's all right though, because it's going to go right here. You're just going to glue it on. Okay, you guys with me? And I'm going to just do the edge right here. All right. And that's kind of how you do it. We'll give it a minute to dry. And then you're going to take your back side of your die and you're going to just glue that. Isn't that perfect? All right. And there you go. See how easy that is? And then you can take this and, you know, do the glue thing again. See, it's all wonky, but you're not going to see it. The mini die cutter, Melody, oh, I use it all the time. If I'm sitting watching a video, you know, or if I'm just kind of preparing, cutting little dies. I sit in front of my computer because I want to maybe watch, you know, the long Tim Holtz lives or whatever, because those things are 3 hours, guys. And I'll just sit and cut minis. I love my little mini. I have it right up on my desk. It's very accessible. All right, and then once you have your background, that punch that I shared with you before, it's a punch. It's a punch that does tabs. And then just add your glue. And add your tab. Oops. The grunge there. I love it. It's all dirty. Alright. And that's it, guys, for that one. Like, I made it all dirty, but I don't care. I like it dirty and grungy. Alright, so there's number 1. Pretty cool, huh? And then, of course, you know, if you want to add more grunge in the background, just grunge it up some more. I'm just going really lightly here, just to add some dirt. Alright. Number 1. What do you guys think of that one? Pretty cool, huh? Now, the Remnant Rubs, there's some smaller things also. Like if you wanted to add little potions, you could do that. I'm keeping mine pretty simple. But there's a lot you can do. I just love these guys. I think these are fantastic. So fun. All right, so that was the first idea I had. The next item I wanted to share with you, again, another tag, if I can find it, is this one. You guys want to do this one? Alright, so what do you guys think of this tag? Do you like it? Pretty fun, huh? Alright, so again, you're going to need a tag. I think I pre-cut the tag. At least that was my intention. Yeah, so I pre-cut these to make the little slide. And then, see, this was my inspiration, guys. Is these here. But I needed it bigger. Oh yeah, there's my tag right there. All right. Oh, look it. I did this one. All right. But I want to do this one. So let me show you how I did the little frame. And this is where my little handy dandy mini die cut comes in to play. All right. Okay, so the piece I used for this, again, from this die set that I told you guys you should have got, I wasn't joking, is this piece right here. So this created the edges, all right? So I got all these little black pieces. I've been using these dies, that's for sure. Okay, so the way you want to do this is, where did I put them? There. The way that you do this is you just line it up, not exactly on the edge, but just a little bit, you know, just a little bit. You want to make sure that you don't have it halfway like this, because that would be a bummer. Line it up where you have part of that metal part at the edge, and you should be able to do it fairly simply. Let me tell you what the measurements are of this. This is, that'll be number 1. This is 2 3/4 by 2.5. All right, 2 3/4 by 2.5. And then I need fresh washi tape. So let me just give me a second, guys, to tape this down. Sometimes it's hard to do it on camera, but you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to do. Make sure I have that the right size. I'm lining it up. Okay. I just don't want it to move on me. All right. And then I need this. Let's see if we can get this done here. There it goes. There it goes. All right. So there's number 1. See? And then on the other side, try to get it even. So however you lined it up the first time, try to line it up the same way. You're like, okay, Monica, sometimes easier said than done, but just do your best. That's all we can ask for, right? All right. And let's see. I just had someone email me asking me, or telling me they just found my site and they want to know if I have any more Halloween journals. I hate that. Then that's what happens when you use vintage stuff. You know, when it's gone, it's gone. Okay, so there's, let's not tear it. So there's the edging. Pretty good job, I think. Let me put this away, and then I'll show you how I did the middle part. I need another die set. Hold on. Ugh. All right, so this is what I used. You guys remember this one, right? For the middle part. Was that it? I think. Yeah, that's it. All right, so what you're going to want to do is, let's see if I can put this where you can see it. Just right in the middle, guys. Washi. So just find it right in the middle. Try to just line it up as best you can. I think I put more room on the top than on the bottom, but the key really is just to try to line it up in the middle of those boxes. And I think that's pretty good. All right. Let's see. And then that just fits. See, so Melody, this is the kind of thing I would do watching YouTube. You know, I would just, what does Tim call it? Compartmentalize. I would just make tons of these little slides. And that's what I would do. They take a minute to make, but that's what I would do with my little Sizzix machine, watching YouTube, probably watching a 3-hour Tim Holtz holiday hoopla event or something like that. Because I do watch him. I just don't watch him live anymore. A lot of times I'm not available when he's going live. But that's just the way it is. All right, so now that you've cut your die, now that you've cut your die, you want to put your little picture in it. So, am I crooked? That's all right. I did cut the corners. Let's see. And I used the small one. Ooh, barely makes it. All right, that's that small punch that I have. All right, now we get to pick one of these inmates. Or if you wanted to, I mean, you can put the skull, right? You can put it, you don't have to do one of the inmates. I just size these up for the inmates because I think they're fantastic. Yeah. All right, so let's see if I have any other creepy characters I can use. I think I have them all out. All right, so these are our choices. Let's see. Ooh, he looks really mean. Oh, he's a good one. Look at him. Man, we'll use this one. I like this one. Just because I like the numbers in the background, you guys. All right. So let's cut this. Right. And we're going to glue it. I know, Robin. Me too. I said Jim was texting me asking me if I was going to get any of the new ideology for Halloween, and I said no, I didn't think so. And Robin texted me also saying she ordered, and I think I said I wasn't going to get any. And then I watched the live. That was mistake number 1. But is it a mistake, really? You know, I mean, if you want it, you want it. I ended up ordering some. But whatever. It makes me happy. All right, I need to cut just a eensy beensy bit. Let me just get that cut. This is where it ruins my scissors because there's a glue. Just a beensy bit because I don't want the paper to show through on those slide things. Let's see. Not bad. What do you guys think? Pretty good, huh? And then this is where this fantastic sticker book comes into play. If you guys like grunge, and I'm not doing an enabler, I swear, but if you like grunge and if you like labels, this is really, really great. I like the yellow on these, but let me see what I have. Let's see. Goodness. Oh, I like those. 576. I wonder how that one would look. Looks like your hair in the morning. That's funny, Robin. Take a picture and share it with us. That's hilarious. All right. So this is going to be his inmate number. Yeah? Let's see. Let me just line this up a little bit. There we go. Is that too high? Well, it might be a little too high. We can make it a little bit lower. There we go. Man, that's good. That's some good stuff. So that's his inmate number. And then, if you want to add something on top, we can do that too. Let's see what else we have. And if I had, oh, wait a minute. I have little stamps. I wonder if I could do this. But I probably should have an idea of what I'm doing first. But of course I don't. Yeah, let me find a pre-stamped one. But that's what I'm going to do on the next one, I think. Let's stick it back in there. I'm taking away all the stickiness. All right, let's just put that there for right now. And let me see what I can put on top. Yeah, I got the wholesale press Robin at a really good price, so I was able to offer it to you guys at a good price as well. So I always do that. Just for you, I'm vintage. Ooh, I like that one. I'm vintage. That's so dark though. Oh, we'll use this. Faith. He's got to have faith because he's been condemned to life. All right. Isn't that great? All right. And then let me show you how I made this tag. So, let me see. I'm digging in my drawers. There it is. You guys remember this, right? This tissue paper? I need a tag, though. Let me cut a tag. Because apparently I wasn't that prepared. I thought I was prepared, and then I wasn't. I need to tape this because my things are going to fall out. All right, there's the tag. And then what I used, father and son, guys. What I used is just my Mod Podge. So, let's see. I don't use this tissue paper as much as I would like to. And that sounds funny, right? Because if you want to use it, just use it. But I don't always come up with an idea. But I like this idea. All right, let's figure out how much we're gonna need here. Gosh, you know, I could probably cut it right there. Do you guys have this tissue paper? And if so, do you use it? This is like a quiz show today. All right, so this is gonna go here. Yeah? I think what I might have added this paper and then cut it, but we're doing it the opposite way. Anyway, so let's put some of this Mod Podge on. Yeah, I've gotten past the I don't use it phase, Robin. I used to be like that. But you know what? I can't take it with me when I die. So I'm going to use it and enjoy it, I've decided. All right, so we're making a little bit of a mess. Tissue paper can be a bit tricky because once it sticks, it's pretty much going to stick. So you got to be pretty precise this first time. You're going to end up with bubbles and all sorts of stuff. So just try to be as precise as you can. And then I have this from Home Depot. If you have a brayer, that works too. But just something to help smooth it out. A little bit of bubbles aren't bad. See, and I came too low. Can I move it up? No, I can't move it up. Can I lift it up? Do I dare? No, it's gonna tear on me. See, I've already broken my rule. Let me see. I need a little bit there. Oh, you know what? Do I have washi tape that might work? No, I'm not going to do washi tape. I'm just going to add a little bit more paper. I'm going to double dip my paper. I don't care. What are you going to do? Call the cops on me? I'll do it and you'll like it. Yep, I will use a tab, Robin. I just don't think I have one big enough to cover that whole top. So we're going to just double dip here because I can. Pretty good. All right. And it dries fairly quickly. If you have any parts that didn't, dry, just add a little bit more Mod. I know, Cordelia. They're going to have to take me away kicking and screaming, though. Because I'm doing what I want. There's no rules in my craft room. And if they arrest me, Cordelia, I won't be back next weekend. So, be careful. Be careful with your threats, young lady. Oh, you know what we should use is my black soot crayon that Lourdes gave me. It's on my desk here somewhere. Should we get messy? Should we get down and dirty? All right. I like it. Very nice. Where is that black soot crayon? I have it here on my desk, but I'll be honest, my desk is a bit of a mess. Haha, there it is. There it is. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. I found it. All right. We're going to add a little bit more Mod Podge here because I want to. And then I should probably go rinse this off because it's going to turn into rock candy. All right. Okay, so here is my, see, that's still a little wet. Okay, y'all, plug your ears. I had someone make a comment one time that I know my good scissors, but I have some really good cleaning stuff to use for these. I have some good clean. I'm going to put alcohol on them, so don't worry. I will clean them up because they're starting to stick on me, and it's my own fault. But all right, let's put some black soot. And this is why I love this crayon, but look at what it does to me. I just put it on the edge and just grunge it up. This needs a little bit more Mod Podge. Homework for my tag class. Let me think. Most everything is pre-cut, Lourdes. The only thing I would say is, have your glue and your scissors, but no homework per se because pretty much everything's ready to go. Look at these messy fingers. All right. We might have to wash those before we make the next item. All right, so there is my tag. I'm going to put a little thing there, but let's see. I still need, so where's our, there's our guy. I'm like, where's our inmate? But here he is. Okay, so here's our inmate. He's going to go right there. And then I had some, that's not going to work. I'm just looking for what I had. So maybe some little tags. See, I don't like that. These are little remnant rubs that I put on here. So if you have stamps, I mean, I don't have anything prepared, but if you have stamps or if you have numbers, those would be really good. Let me see if any of these would be good. Let's see. This is where I should put this. And then put like a little stamp there. Let me see what I can find. I got rulers, got all sorts of things. Ooh, there's a number right there. Number 1, number 3. We'll make him number 3. I'll put this right here. I love it. Okay, so let me glue this guy down. And then I'm going to go get my little stamp sets. All right. Let's put this here. So I was just grabbing something, guys, and I found these. You remember these, right? This is life. It's like a life sentence. I think that would be great on this one. I don't think good times would necessarily be what he's saying. Okay, don't use your good scissors, Monica. I'm going to break a nail. Let's see. All right, this is life. I could put that right there. It's kind of dark though, huh? It kind of needs to go. Shoot, I think that would have been really cool, but it's kind of dark. Maybe if I put it on. No, that's not going to work. Darn it, that would have been so good. Oh well. Sometimes your ideas don't always work out. I think it's too busy. But I'll save that for another day. You know, it doesn't want to stick. Glue it to my paper. Just so it'll stick. All right. What I was grabbing for were my small stamps. So I wanted to put something in here. So I wanted to see maybe I can find like a small date. Let's see, what do I have here? So that's what I grabbed for, were my smalls. I still have a few of these. Ooh, I still have a few of these in the shop. Copyright. Established 18. Let's see. I like that one. I think that'll fit. Established 1852. Yeah. Okay, let me see. I got this big old wonker stamp here. Let's see if I can find a smaller one. Or maybe not. I might be using a big stamp block. All right. Let's see. This is the one I want to use. Established 1852. And I think it'll fit perfectly. These small stamps are awesome. You guys, I'm reorganizing the shop to find things easier. So I have categories like stamps and tags and dies. So you should be able to find things a lot easier. That's awesome. Established 1852. I pushed a little too hard on the E, but that's okay. It'll dry. And then if I wanted to do extra stamps, let me see if there's anything else I can stamp on here. I'd love to put, let's see, maybe a signature. Maybe a signature. Let's see that. Okay, so this is a signature I'm adding. We'll just put that right. Not too hard. Ah, that looks good. That looks really good. What do you guys think? Yeah? Is that it? I think for now, right? So then what I'll do is, I'm not going to do it on camera because I already showed you how to do that. I'll cut this and I'll put it here, and then I'll put a backing on it, and then I'll put like a little tab. But that was that one. So that was tag number 2. I'm going to try to sneak in one more tag here, guys. Are you guys cool with that? Are you guys up for one more tag? Are you all tagged out? Or can we go for one more tag? I kind of want to do one more tag because I wanted to show you the one with the window. One more? All right, Robin. You got it, girlfriend. Okay, let's see, my glue's starting to dry up here. There we go. Got to put a pin in it. All right, pretty good. So yeah, so I'll finish off camera. I'll put my edging and my tab, but you guys get the idea. I really wanted to show you just how to do the frame for the inmate, and I think we accomplished that. All right, let's do our last one, and this is the one I wanted to do for you. So, okay, I found this little broom charm. By the way, I think I'm kind of kicking around an idea. I was going through all of my holiday makes, and I've got a lot of them, guys, and some of them I have duplicates. I'm thinking about doing like an auction for some of my stuff. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Like some of my journal books I've made. Like I have 2 Halloween cluster books. You know, I'll auction one of them off. I don't know. What do you guys think of that idea? So you guys can, I would do it on YouTube, and then you guys can just put a bid in, and I'll keep it open for like a week or something, and then the highest bidder would just get it. So yeah, that was my idea. What do you guys think of that? All right, let's, as you guys contemplate that, let's figure this out. All right, so this one I used, of course, you know, this big die, this big old honker die. And I used another one of these thingies. All right, I think I used the big one. Let me look. Yeah, I used this one. So this is what I did. Again, this is from that Postal. What is this called? Postal. One of my favorite die sets. Remember when he came out with all 3 of the die sets? The Postal, and then the, I don't know, the coin box with, I don't know, just all sorts of things. There's like 3 sets that came out. It was pretty awesome. All right, so we need to line this up. And let's see. Well, put a little washi tape on it. All right. So we'll cut that. I have some cutouts here. This was a poinsettia. And I figure, why not do it in black? Why not, right? Why not? I don't think I'm going to have another Sinister Secrets, but we'll do a different image. Maybe we'll do an owl or something. I don't know. Okay, so let's make our flower. So it's this, and then this, and then this, and then this. All right, so you need to have, this is drying out on me. You need to have one of those things, I'm using my crayon, that will, you know, curl up your flower, right? I have one. I don't know where it's at. So I'm using my crayon, and the palm of your hand just works great. You don't need fancy tools. You just need your hand and your fingers. All right? We don't need no stinking fancy tools. All right. And then you just glue them together. So you want to kind of be, when you glue, you want to glue them, you know, with the leaves in between. I guess it would help to use the right one. So that will go there, right? And then help it along. Be a friend and help the flower along a little bit. You know, maybe hold it down. Readjust it if you need to. You know, just be a friend to your flower. Put it back in your palm, and, you know, maybe just hold it down. Talk to your flowers. Tell them everything's going to be okay. Okay, I'm losing. It's the glue again, Robin. It's the glue. Okay, so, yeah, just like an opposite there. And then the last one. Ooh, almost lost my leaves. And that's going to go right right like that, I think. Oops. All right, and we're going to let that kind of dry, sit aside and dry. And then we're going to curl the leaves and do a few things with that. All right, so that's the flower. Let me cut this real quick. Okay, so there is my cutout. Save these. You can use them for clusters. Have an envelope for your scraps, people. Okay, so once I have this, remember in the beginning of the video, the beginning of the live, I said we were going to use that spider web. But I had two, so this one's already kind of cut already. So this is what's going to go here. I can't really see it like that, but this is what's going here. So let's just put this right here. We'll glue it down and glue it down. Now you could do shakers, I guess, with this, right? I'm not a big shaker card maker. Shaker card maker. That's not usually my jam. But let's go ahead and just kind of seal that. And then you have your spider web. Isn't that fantastic? Now this is going to go right here, but before we do that, this is what I was looking for. This is what I wanted. We're going to curl some of these flowers. Oh, they're not completely glued. Let's do a better job gluing here. Okay, so we're going to just let that. I was reading comments. All right, so if you have something small, like a poker or something, you're going to want to curl your leaves. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of grabbing it with my thumb here and just kind of giving it a little bit of a curl. And then we're going to push it up. You'll see it kind of comes together. And this is another thing when you're making flowers. I don't put too many flowers on my cards, but sometimes you just need a black rose or a black poinsettia. Hey, Jim. We were talking about you earlier. All right. So just kind of curl your flowers. the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just to give it a little bit of height. Right? Alright, that's pretty good, I think. And then we're going to just kind of push these up. And we'll do it more as I glue it down. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Let's use this. I'm going to put that right there. And we're going to let it dry a minute. And while it dries, I've got these little beads, and I used them to fill my candy jars when I made my candy collage a while ago. I can't remember where I got those, but I've got a few of them. All right, so let's put some of these. Yeah, I was mentioning how when you texted me and told me about Tim's ideology, and then I said I wasn't going to get any. Well, I bought some. That's all I said. I ended up buying some. Of course I did, right? He suckers you in with all of his projects, all of his design team projects. But that's all right. So I'm just trying to give my flowers some height here. I should wait till this is glued completely down. But anyway, yeah, you can adjust your flower once it's completely glued. And eventually you just kind of want it to look, you know, to look like that. So I'll play with that once it's glued down a little bit more. But what I wanted to show you is for the middle, I just put some glue and then I put these little beads. But I think I'm going to kind of wait till this is completely glued down. And then I'll do that. All right. We need to figure out what remnant rub we're going to use. And where are they? Okay, so we've got a few choices. Ooh, I like that one. But what should we do? So the nice thing about the clear center is you can kind of see how it's going to look already. See, that's not big enough. I need something bigger. Oh, I like that. What do you guys think? Ooh, look at this one. See, it's not quite big enough. Kind of want it to be... Oh, that's creepy. I didn't even see that. Look at a person with arms on a tree. Kind of want it to be a big image. Maybe we'll do the window and the girl. Let me see how that would look together. All right, so here's the window, right? And I guess you could probably use two. And why not, right? Okay, so here's my idea. We can put like the window and then maybe the girl on the side right there. I don't know. Maybe just the girl. Or let me see. Let me think. Ooh, what if I did something like this? good idea, but I don't think so. All right, so the tree with the pumpkin. Yeah, I was just looking at that one. Yeah, let's do that one. That's cool. All right, sold. Got some great ones. And it's big, so it'll fit in nicely. All right. Okay, so the way that I do, playing with my flower, the way that I do my remnant rub is I put it on top versus on the back because I want you to be able to see it better. Me do me. Nope, Lords, I agree with you. I like the pumpkin. I'm going to see, maybe I should have waited on the flower. We're going to so you got to be careful. Once it sticks, it sticks. All right, this is where it's going. Got to be careful with these remnant rubs because once it latches on, it's not going to come off. All right. Once it latches on, that's all she wrote. Pretty good. All right. And then, let me see. Just trying to figure out if I want to add something else. Little cute pumpkins. Look at these. Look at these little pumpkin gremlins. Oh, well, we gotta use that. That's funny. A little pumpkin gremlin. Oh my goodness. We'll put the little pumpkin gremlin right there. That's funny. All right. And then, still playing with my flower here. Let's see. I guess we can go ahead and put the inserts, right? So I'm just kind of lifting and bending a little bit, just trying to give it some depth. Okay, sorry guys, I'm concentrating on my flower. All right, I think that's pretty good. So for the middle part, just add some glue. And let's see, we'll put some of these little doodads in here. And then I just use my little pick to just kind of make sure they're right side up. And spread them around. The glue will dry clear. There we go. So I'm kind of making like a circle, and then I'll just put one more in the middle. It's pretty good. Probably do another one. Let's see. A little bit more maybe. I think that's good. All right, so there's my flower. And that'll dry clear. Maybe I'll put I'm just trying to see if that will fit. Will that fit? Maybe we should do like boo or something like that. I got letters here. Let's see. Okay, B-O-O. Do I have an O-O? Oh, I do. B-O-O. Kind of cliche, but that'll work, right? How long have we been going, guys? God, almost 2 hours. We're almost done. I told you I had a jam-packed afternoon filled. Okay, so B-O-O. Boo. Okay. So there's my boo. And let's see. I love the little gremlin. And I think, is that it? I think so. Just look through my stuff. Yeah, I think that might do it. Maybe I should put something here. I just don't know. But I know I want to put a tab at the top. So let's do that real quick. And let's see. Okay, so here is a tab we'll put at the top. And then I think we'll call it. So that. I kind of feel like I need to put something here, but I don't know, maybe I'll figure that out. I've got some, oh, I know. Let's see. I'm looking for my sticker books. Here it is. All right, so I've got my old Halloween sticker book. Okay, Lourdes, I'll look at it as soon as we're done here. Maybe we can find something. I don't know what. Let's see. Ooh. Toxic. It's kind of bold. Let's see if we can maybe find strange versions. See, these might be too... Is something the matter? This might be too light. Maybe toxic. That might work, actually. Oh, yeah, let's just do that. Why not, right? It works. And then maybe... I don't know, something like that. You know what? I don't like it. That's not gonna go there. Do I like it? I don't think I like it. It's coming off. I don't like it. Anyway. Now I'm bugged about having something there. Part second. Let me just look through this real quick here, guys. Let me see if I can... Let's see. Just a little... I don't know. I can't find anything off the top of my head. So we're just going to... Oh, you know what? Why don't I just put one of those numbers? Yes. I will do one of these. Come on. It says the best is yet to come. Oh, yeah? There we go. It's not quite centered, is it? All right, that'll have to do. The best is yet to come. All right, guys. Whew, almost 2 hours. Is that a record for us? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's kind of recap what we did here. Shared the Remnant Rubs with you. Shared that awesome faded tag sticker book with you. Love it. All right, so I have to find the stamp for my stamp set, but this is what we did. We made, get out of my way. We made 3 tags. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we also made this vintage envelope to store our scraps in or whatever we want to. So I think we had a very successful afternoon. It's amazing how just making a few things can take 2 hours. But like I said, it's all about the process, not necessarily about the finished product, right? I mean, I do this because I enjoy doing it, as you can tell by my lives and my animation. But I enjoy making creepy things like this, especially around Thanksgiving, or excuse me, Halloween. All right, well, that's all I have, guys. Just wanted to share with you some of my tags, give you some ideas on how to use those remnant rubs. I'll put a backing on this, of course, and on this one as well. But yeah, just, and then those, that die is fantastic. And then hopefully you guys will find that stamp set that we were sharing. It's somewhere around here. Here it is. I gotta find that. It's bothering me. But this is a great stamp set. It has some really great images. Love it. Love it. Love it. I used this in prior Halloweens. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, lots of fun. And then, of course, you've got your pharmacy labels, which are always fun to make. But, all right, that's all I have, guys. I hope you had a good time. And I still got to do my 7 days of Halloween. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. We'll have to see. But, yeah, I had a good time making these tags. Lots of fun to create. I love this little witch's broom. And like I said, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with some of my extra Halloween makes. Maybe I'll put them in the shop. Maybe I'll auction them off. I don't know yet. I have to figure it out. But my shelf is getting too large. I've got too many extras. I mean, because, you know, I make my prototype and then I make my item live. So I end up with lots of things. I mean, look at all this. Look at all this nonsense I have. It's crazy. All right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. And I will see you next week, if not sooner. All right, y'all. We'll see you later. Bye.